if you're struggling to find clients as an English teacher, if you're struggling to charge clients what your services are worth, and if you continue charging people $10, $20 an hour, and you're hustling everywhere to get one-to-one clients, your calendar is full, but you struggle to pay your bills as an online English teacher, then in this video, I want to show you exactly why and what you need to change. And this has nothing to do with marketing, this has nothing to do with sales or being salesy on a sales call, Facebook ads, nothing like that. This has more to do with what's in your head. Now, if you're new here and you're wondering, why should I listen to this guy pointing at his head? My name is Marek Kiczkowek and I run Academic English Now, which is a business that helps PhD students and researchers publish papers in top journals in the field. And currently, at the moment, after 3 years of running this business, it makes $70,000 US in cash collected, not in revenue, but in cash collected, and at least 30,000 of that is pure profit. After paying everybody, paying myself, there is still that left in profit. From that journey, I know one or two things about growing a business as an English teacher, but it wasn't always like that. In fact, just 3 years ago, I had 0 clients and almost $0 to my name. And, I tried everything. I tried all sorts of different complicated funnels, making free ebooks. I tried doing Instagram stories every day. I tried all sorts of things and nothing worked. And at that time, I was trying to sell an academic writing course that cost $39 or $59, that sort of thing. And nobody was buying it. And I couldn't, for the life of me, figure out what was going on. So if you're struggling with the same thing, I'll explain in this video why and why it's all in your head. As an English teacher, before that happened, I had been in the industry for over 10 years. And always, I've been paid very little. Whether I was working at language schools, whether I was freelancing and teaching clients one-to-one, the sort of accepted status quo was that English teachers were relatively poor. Unless, you go and teach, let's say, in Dubai or Saudi Arabia or a country like that, you might be well paid. But overall, especially if you're freelancing, teaching online, you're going to get paid $10 an hour, 20, 30. If you're exceptional, you might get paid over $50 an hour. But that's being exceptional, right? The vast majority of English teachers teaching online probably get paid $20 an hour. You can let me know in the comments how much you get. So because of that, I always believed that it is impossible to get paid more. And this belief, was reinforced through my experience, because that's what my clients paid me and that's what I was charging. That's what everybody else was charging as well. And when I tried to think something different, I would always hear from people, from other English teachers, that it's impossible. Students don't have money, they won't pay you more than $50. In my country or city, even $20 or $30 is already a lot, so don't charge more because you're not going to get any clients. So if you're exposed to that sort of discourse, then it's going to become your reality. So the way, our brain works is that we start with certain beliefs, So I had the belief that I couldn't charge more than $30 an hour, maybe. And that leads to certain actions, which is, I'm gonna just charge very little. These actions give us feedback, and that feedback further reinforces that loop. And if everybody is doing that as well, then that further reinforces that loop until that belief that you had, whether that belief was true or not, it becomes the truth. It becomes the reality for you. So my reality was that it is not possible to charge more than $30 an hour. Maybe that is even unethical because, education should be free for all, right? That's often something that you hear as well. So that's why if you are struggling to get clients, if you're struggling to charge them more, you need to start here. For me, the biggest mindset shift that I had to undergo was to start believing that it's actually possible to charge people $2,000, $3,000 or $5,000 for my services and for getting them the results. And until, it clicked here for me in my head that it is possible, I wasn't selling anything. So just this mindset shift allowed me to go from a $39 or a $59 product, online course that nobody wanted to buy, to a $5,400 product, our research paper Mastery, that people are, knocking on our doors to buy. We don't even have to look that hard for clients. But it starts in your head. There are, of course, other keys that I'll be talking about in this channel, such as serving a particular avatar and solving a problem for that avatar, having good sales processes, and importantly, having an exceptional product. But it all starts here, because if your reality is, and if you don't believe that you can actually charge more than $50 an hour, then you will never be able to charge more. It's that simple, because your belief leads to actions, and those actions lead to feedback and results that further reinforce that belief. And it just goes in a circle like that. So in order to break that circle, what you actually need to do is start with the belief. If you start with a different belief that it is possible to charge high ticket, to charge $2,000, $5,000, or even more for your service as an English teacher, then you're going to start taking different actions. Because when I started believing that it was possible to sell my product at $2,000, at $5,000, I was taking different actions. And then those actions started leading to different results. And now, actually, I believe that our product, even though it's $5,400, Research Paper Mastery, I think it's cheap for the results that our clients get. Because they're able to write 3 or more papers every single year, which for some of them means tenure, academic position at the university, which pays probably like $50,000 or $60,000 a year. So charging them $5,000 actually now feels cheap. But that's the belief that you have to develop that leads to different actions, leads to different results, and leads to even stronger, better beliefs. So that's the first thing that you've got to do. It's all here if you're struggling to get clients as an online teacher. And watch this next video if you want to find out what's the second key to really growing a wildly profitable business as an English teacher.